Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our forum for tonight. Today, I would like to thank to all the audience in front of me right now. Thank you very much because you guys can spending your time to attend to our forum for today. Our issue for tonight is the impact of online learning. First of all, let me introduce all of you about our panels for tonight because most of them have a lot of knowledge and experiences about this topic that we will discuss. Here we have three students with us, which is Huda from Kelantan, who's studying at University Utara Malaysia. Second student, Nabila from Perak, who's studying at University Kebangsaan Malaysia. And student number 3 is Tarshila from Perak, who's studying at University Pendidikan Sultan Idris. And also we have Madam Rupini as a parent, and we have Professor Madya Dr. Muhammad bin Muhammad Safari, Senior Lecturer at UCAM in Islamic Economics. Hi everyone, I hope all of you was in peak of health. With me, Farah, as your chairperson for today. As we know, due to COVID-19 has been spreaded, as a result, education has changed dramatically, with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely on digital platforms. Research suggests that online learning has been shown to increase retention of information and take less time, meaning the changes coronavirus have caused might be here to stay. First of all, I have one question from student 1, which is Huda from Kelantan. As we can see now, before this in Kelantan, we are having a bad flood. How you manage your time on study and also manage your time during that time? Huda, can share your experience? Huda, are you there?
Sorry guys, can you hear me now?
Yes, Huda, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, assalamualaikum. Okay, assalamualaikum and good evening to all. Thank you to our moderator for today's forum for giving me a chance to share my experience. So basically, I had experienced a flood disaster, which is in my hometown in Kuala Krai, Kelantan. We had to survive for 2 weeks. And for the first day, we had to move to temporary home, which is at Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Pahi, which is 1 kilometer away from our home, which we had to share space with people. And exactly, it's not comfortable for me as a student. Uh, exactly, we have to I have to attend classes, online classes, and also I had to settle down my assignment and doing my works, and I want to do it alone without any obstacles. And I got so many problems, such as all of my notes, my books, and my documents drift away, and some got destroyed. And Alhamdulillah, thank God, before flood becomes worse, I got a chance to save my electronic stuff like my laptop, my gadgets, to continue my studies. And I had no much time to attend classes in the morning until evening, because I have to help my parent to apa to clean up the house, because yeah, flood disaster is very bad, and I can't focus in the class because I'm surrounded by people that are very loud. Sometimes I lost my spirit because of that. And also it's stressing out whenever I want to open the portal, online portal, with low coverage, weak internet due to the heavy rain. Yeah, I think that's all that I can share my experience. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Huda. Second, I want to ask for student number 2, which is Nabila from Perak, who's studying now at UKM, isn't it, Nabila?
Yes, it's
Okay.
true.
So
Maybe moderator.
I want to ask a question. During this pandemic, as we know, we students learn in online learning, isn't it? The online learning platform. In your opinion, what is the challenge to face this online learning?
Sorry, can you repeat the question because my line is
Oh,
lost.
okay,
Yeah.
can. I'm asking during pandemic, as we know, all of students using online learning platform. In your opinion, what is the challenge to face this online learning?
All right. First, I would like to say sorry because of the line. Okay, and then I would like to thank our moderator, Miss Farah, for the opportunity. Okay, and about the challenges, okay, as far as we know, ODL, or also known as online distance learning itself, is all about internet and connection. So, when one students have a very secure or swift connection, then she or he will be just fine throughout the whole degree's life because she doesn't have to worry about losing connection. And of course, and then when the lecturers or the professor want to conduct tests, then of course first every student will surely feel nervous and anxious, right? Because you are having tests, but that student will not be distracted at all with the problems like connection. But but for those who have a connection problem, it will be a disaster for them, really disaster. Because first, I think most of the students will can relate with this situation. You want to you want to log in your portal to access the notes, but your connection is too bad, and then you'll be loading all over again. And these things will be worse when you have tests. That is the worst because during tests, there usually a time limit, right? Like for example, 1.5 hour, 2 hours. But if your connection is not that good, then it will certainly affect your grade and your pointers. And I would just want to share experience of a friend of mine. Okay, she actually has to drive to a mountain, not that big, not like Gunung Kinabalu. No, it's not Kinabalu mountain or something, just a small mountain near her house. But to think that she have to drive up to the mountain in order to gain to gain the secure connection for her test, it shows that this certainly brings challenges to students. And I think that challenges in of ODL is more about connection and yes, technology itself. So I think that the challenges that students have during this period of pandemic. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nabila. Next, I will ask the experience for student 3, which is Tashila from Perak, who's studying at UPSI. I have some question. Online learning needs us to always face the laptop almost a day to learn, do assignment, study. What is you what do you feel during this online learning to do all the things all day facing the laptop every day, almost every day? What do you think?
First of all, good day to all. Thank you for inviting me to share my online learning experience during this pandemic. As everyone knows, many schools, colleges, and universities continue to rely on virtual learning to keep everyone safe. in my own experience as an undergraduate student at the local university, when they moved to virtual learning formats, I felt unmotivated and discouraged without regular social interaction. More than 10 years, I learned in regular face-to-face class. So when they suddenly conduct classes via online, I felt helpless because it gave me difficult to receive the extra education support like books and other resources to do my assignments. I was only depending on lectures notes, which will be in usually PDF files and slides. I can't even understand what was in it since there was nobody to explain further about my doubts on specific topics. As a student, I can't always rely on my lecturers 100%, but at the same time, I couldn't find proper reading materials via online for my studies. It was so challenging to deal this situation. I even felt difficult to stay focused while at home since campus environment and home environment are very much different as everyone knows. Lastly, face-to-face classes help me to reduce depression and help as I can meet my friends. But now when they change to online classes, I feel like mentally draining to spend significant amount of time in online. It also stress out my eyes and my health. But whatever it is, I still manage and trying my best to cope and live according to this current situation.
Okay, thank you, Tarshila, for your sharing. Okay, next we have one of a parent students, which is Madam Rupini. I want to ask a question. As a parent, what do you feel about this online learning? Is it worth for your children?
So, first of all, I would like to thank the moderator and also thank you for inviting me to this forum today. You can hear me, right? You can hear me, right?
Yes, yes, we can hear
And
you.
aspects to tell you guys. The first thing is financial worries. So due to this COVID-19, you all know that many went unemployed, and if we know that word unemployed means many family is facing there's no source of income. So do you guys think if there's no source of income, so do you guys think is there any parents are capable to prepare an online learning environment for their children, because they need a high quality internet and also a laptop which costs high cost, so they need money to spend. So this is one impact. So let's go to the second impact, which is depression. Depression for children, we can obviously see at this time particularly because there's an isolation, or in other words, we call it lockdown. So due to lockdown, students are normally facing sitting at one place, facing the computers every day, like what Tarshila said just now, eyesight infection, and also what Nuri Nabila said just now, difficulties of entering the university's portal because of internet facility is low, and also what just now Huda said, because of flood you got to spoil your documents, studying documents. So all this data that I collected from the students previously is all, everything is actually connected to depression. I'm pretty sure all the three students, when you gone through this thing, you will be depressed, right? Because you cannot study. So that is also the second impact. If a children is facing the same impact, and it is obviously gonna impact as obviously going to affect the parents too. So the third impact is students are being unmotivated, because if we are not facing the teachers, not having a face-to-face class, so I'm not very sure where the students is going to get the motivation to study, unless you are going to face your teacher and your friends. When you are with your friends, you have teamworks, group works, so you have the motivation to study. If you are isolated, sitting in front of the computer, where are you going to get the motivation to study? That is a curious part for every parents. And for actually pretty sure based on nowadays laptop, this we can say that we can use these two elements for online studies, but nowadays children, they are more advanced, they can use these two elements for video games, so we cannot always put one eye on them. Maybe they can play video games instead of studying, we never know, because we have work, and during this COVID-19, we are working remotely too. We cannot always put one eye on them. So this can happen. So that is the four impact based on my experience, and also based on the survey that I got from the other students, not only from my children, based on my experience that I have surveyed from other students. These are the four important impacts that are happening nowadays during this online learning. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Rufini, for your sharing. So, wow, as we can see, so many impact to students who studying on online learning. So now, we move to the last part, which is we have Professor Madya Dr. Mohamad, which is Senior Lecturer at UKM in Islamic Economics. Professor, how are you today? Do you feel good?
Yes, I am feeling really good today.
Okay, I want to ask something. What is your opinion? Is online learning is effective? What is the challenging? What is the challenge as a lecturer?
Okay. Thank you to our moderator who giving me a chance to give some thoughts and experience about the online learning during this pandemic. First of all, I would like to say that I really touch and agree with our previous panels. They are based on their experience that this online learning is quite challenge in this pandemic. So the first of all, I would like to share the first challenge, which is the lesson itself during this pandemic. As we know, we need to do it our lesson in online. So when we do it in online, so it's not, you know, it's not as it's not the student is not active as the face-to-face classes. This is because uh, when I lectured my student, so I would like I oftenly keep asking them, because I like to two-way communications. I really, I ask them about their understanding. Is it their understand or not, or I making discussions to share to make them to share their thoughts or their ideas about something. But when we do that, we know that the student, the response from the student is quite it's quite not good actually. So it will create a boring environment and unproductively in our lessons. So that's the first one. Then the second one is about the assessment itself. And we know that during this pandemic, we need to assess our student when we need to assess our student uh, by doing it in online. So all the assignments, all the tests, all the quiz that the student need to do is to submit it in online. So for a subject that do it like subject who use calculation like accounts or statistic based on my experience the last semester, I feel it quite challenge and hard for me to assess them. This is because these two subjects we need to assess them by giving them some sort of exercises, and after we give them exercises, then we need to check it to determine either they understand or not. So in this case, we cannot help much to our student because yeah, so some student they are put a lot of effort when they ask ourselves if they not understand. But if the student, some student they are not understand, then they keep quiet about that, so we can help that much. Then the lastly that I think about this the good sides about the online learning itself is about the improving our technical skill, because me myself, I'm not very good in the technical skills. I admit it that I low knowledge about that. So in this pandemic, it push it, myself to gain more knowledge and try to learn about the technologies who are used oftenly in this modern era. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. As we know, we almost hear all of our panels for today, their experience, their knowledge about this impact of online learning. Such as for student 1, we have a bad weather. Student number 2, we have technology problem. And student number 3, maybe it can be a mental health for student during this pandemic, using online platform to study. For parents, maybe they are having a financial problem to support their children in this online learning visit, which is they may use many their saving to support their children to having this online learning. So we can hear from our panels, there are so many deficiency of the impact of the online learning. I think we may end here for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we come to the end of our forum for tonight. We want to say thanks to all our guests, which is students, parents, and also the lecturer, which is Professor Madya Dr. Muhammad. Thank you for all your attention. Last but not least, I hope this pandemic COVID-19 will end soon and get our life back. So that's all for tonight. Thank you everyone.